Right guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz and this is another chapter of WELDERFABBER. I'll check out my yard. We have a little bit more room this week as all the steel work has gone down to the Cotswolds for our down. That little digging bucket there, we're going to do some work on that and make it into basically a rock spec bucket. That is a HD Strickland bucket. Well, that machine, we will go into more detail on that. That is an Hitachi ZX225 for a very good pal of mine. So this is what I wanted, attachments and machines within our yard. So let's get on with this chapter and we'll get up to Howard's door. So we're just to test the new little chassis running on the generator before we take it out on site. Just see what amps we can pull out of this, because we won't be able to pull 350 amps out of it. So we're running at keep going Cal, 245, 260. Can you hear the generator starting to dip a little bit? 300 amps. We're running at 300 amp now. 310, 320, 330. That's enough. That's all we need to run on site. We're running at 330 amps. I'll drop that down to 250 cal. How's it well? Hang on. Is it hit?
That's smooth.
Well then, put another one down. Do you want some material there? You alright? So we are just about to put some stuff into Big Walt. Going to put the generator in, the little welder and a few other bits to go and do the door for Howard Stotts. Oh, she sounds nice. Smooth? Very smooth. You're going to want one of them for your van now, aren't you?
That is a big boy Jenny in my van though.
Well, I'm saying that, your Jenny's not as powerful, is it? Yeah. So we'll take both sets, the Warrior and the Jasic, up to Howard's to do the door, yeah? We'll load everything into the trailer for now. And then the trailer build will come once we finish Howard's hangar door. Beautiful set, isn't it? Beautiful. Well impressed. I might get another one of them. Yeah.
Hang on, aren't they?
Yeah, we'll put them to test. Put that test for a couple of weeks in here, and we might get another one. Anyway, we'll get this trailer loaded up. So I love this about Big Walt. You can open the door like that, and also open it coming downwards. What a mega idea. So I'd say a full steel frame. There's Callum running on the new Welding. I'd say a full steel frame around, so then we can bolt some beacons on it at the top, light bars down the side of it, on the outside. We'll get an inverter in here, couple of batteries, compressor, welders. I'm actually getting excited about building this trailer. What do you think of that trailer, Andy, son? Looks good, doesn't it?
Big Walt.
Big Walt. I don't think I've seen you before, Andy. How long have you been here now?
A year.
A year?
A year.
You've been here a year now?
Yeah. Hiding in background.
Hiding in background. Andy does a lot of work for us on the paperwork side, don't you?
Yeah, mate.
And mainly for our dad, but does bits for us. If I need anything like method statements or anything like that, you're the man, aren't you?
Yeah, mate.
Just sort us this out, Andy lad. CSCS is all that kind of jazz. Are you liking it here?
Yeah, mate, it's good.
You like it?
Yeah, busy.
It's too busy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just needs to slow down a little bit. I am trying to slow WelderFabber down, I'll be honest with you, just that little bit. We don't want to get too much work going on and letting customers down, and I have done that. I'll be honest, apologise to a few of them customers, said I'd never do it. Looks like we've got a little leak. We need to find that. Is that on this? Yeah? Get a few of you, Cal, and pull it right up to front end, yeah? Yeah, we'll keep it on pallet, yeah, for now. He's going to come back out after this job. So yeah, when we finish the job up at Howard's, we'll bring it back and start the build. Start the build. Got some pricing to do now. Tech serve. Best plasma table around. Now these are the base plates for Howard Stotts Demolition. The hangar door. 1150 square, 15mm thick, and we are going to have a 250 by 250 by 10 box section there for our posts going up. All these holes are for the anchor points going into the ground. We will be using resin anchors rather than through bolts. Always get a better hold of the concrete than through bolts. Here's Paul, one of our Dan's lads. You all right, Paul? Are you getting a bit bored with this job at the minute?
Yeah, fucking hundreds and hundreds of holes, mate.
Hundreds and hundreds?
I've lost count.
Yeah? You're bored with it?
Bored? I forgot what day it is. I started on Monday.
It's just beam after beam after beam, all the same. And then Dan, in my opinion, should have got these drilled in on a drill line. But he reckons it was cheaper to get it do it yourself this way that they're doing it. By quite a few thousand, but I'm not so sure about that, Dan. And here we got Big Dave. How you doing, Big Dave?
I'm alright, thanks.
Are you liking this job?
Loving it.
Yeah.
Drilling 480 holes a day.
How many drills a day?
480.
480 holes a day?
Yeah.
There you go, you see. Drill line. Drill line, drill line. It takes all that fuming error out of it as well if you do it on a drill line. So Dave's a labourer. People get on my case for calling him a labourer, but he only wants to be a labourer, and what a good labourer he is. Hashtag #1 is what we like to say, innit, Big Dave? I say, you call you #1. Cal's #2. I don't know what's going on here, why that steel's stacked like that. There are all the offcuts of the angles that have been cut on our saw. We've gone through a few saw blades there. But this job is flying through, and the lads are fitting some of it on site down at the Cotswolds near Clarkson's farm. Where's little Tyler gone? I gave Tyler a new head screen this morning as he is coming on leaps and bounds with his welding. So he was over the moon with it. I was hoping to catch him welding to show you guys and let him talk about it on camera, but he's disappeared somewhere. Anyway, busy. We'll get this trailer loaded and we'll get it up to Howard Stotts and leave it on site for the duration of the job till it's finished. So here he is, the lad. How do you like your new screen?
It's mint crystal clear alt welder coming through nice.
Is it? Put it down, let's have a look. Weld Tech. So again, this is like a Jasic screen. Come from Brookside Welding Supplies. Now then, Dan. Dan O's here.
How we doing?
He's earned that, hasn't he?
How's he?
Tell us what he's been doing over the last couple of weeks.
Coming on leaps and bounds. You've been constantly welding, haven't you? Setting yourself challenges every day, so we've got quite a repetitive job on at the minute, which you've probably seen.
I've just shown him, yeah.
Yeah. And Tyler's been welding all the end plates on. Well, how many did you do on that first day?
The first day I did 28
welded and drilled.
and then yesterday I did 32.
32. So he set himself a target to beat the 28 and he did an additional 4, and I think you did less hours as well, didn't you, yesterday?
About the same.
About the same hours, right?
About half an hour.
Well, when I pulled in yard overnight, you were going home and you looked shattered, right? And I said to you, where are you going? Because it was only 4:30, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? And you went, I'm knackered, Baz. Right? Because how many did you do that day?
28.
28 beans that day?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and what are you doing now?
I'm still on welding. I've done about 12, 13.
No. How many can you do in a day now?
Oh, about 32.
There you go. So he's upping his goals daily is what we're trying to get across. Yeah. So you've earned that screen. That's yours to keep. Look after it. Your boss has bought it.
Well, that's Tyler.
Alright. So make sure you look after it. If you carry on doing what you're doing, yeah, Dan.
He's going to get himself a new welding plant. See how this Jasic fares up. Might get you one of them.
Yeah. Are you happy with that? So we've got this set in. This set is ours. And if it's good, Dan, you're going to buy one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
We like it. We like the look of it. We like the feel of it. We like the sound of it. We like everything about it. We like the price of it. So
We've got to put it to the test.
we've got to put it to the test. So once we've got a few hours on this and we know what it's all about, then we might get a couple more and replace a few older sets. I mean, most of the sets are fairly new anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, I just think...
There's only 2 old sets in here, isn't there?
ESAB and that's only probably 3-4 year olds.
Is it? Yeah.
So the oldest welding plant in shop's only 4 year old, isn't it?
Yeah. Try and keep our stuff up to date, tested every 12 months, and away we go. I think it's time to get him corded. What do you think?
100%.
Yeah. So we'll get you corded, pipe to plate, fillet, multi-fillet, and a butt weld. Are you up for it?
I am very.
Right, let's get him corded on, yeah? Sound. Okay, so this is a little bit random mid-chapter. This is a Saturday night, 5:30 in the evening. I've just dropped my daughter off at home, and I've got a guy on the phone called James, just rung me. He's got a track off, a little 3-ton cat. You can see that in the pictures. And he's desperate to get it back on. And he said, is there any chance you can help me out, Baz? Now then, my van is up at Howard Stotts at the moment, waiting with all the tackling it to build the hangar door. So I just said to him, I give him a price and my bank details, and he just sent me a message, paid. So I've come to Harry's at Thistlethwaite Civil Engineering. We've been here before to do a telehandler. My pal Fissy, to get some tools. So I don't have anything in the Defender really, other than some wellies. Got my wellies in there, so various bits of other tackle, a few filters and that. Nothing to put a track back on. So I thought I'd ring Harry up, because I knew he'd have a few tools here. All we need is a couple of spanners and a bar, put that track back on and a grease gun, job done. So, like I say, James is desperate to get it back on tonight, up and running. We'll get him on camera when we get there. So now we've got a Harry with some tools and a bar and a grease gun. That's all you need to put a track back on. Harry, are you going to do this job for me? Yeah. You're at work gear, I'm at best gear. I've only got my new wellies. Let's go. So it is a little bit random, this, isn't it? And especially when we've got little Harry in car here. So we've got like a 3-ton cart with track off. Harry, I'm going to let you put it back on, yeah? How are you going to put the track back on?
I'll just release the grease out of it and then just try and bar it back on, pump grease back in and you're good to go. So.
Release the grease valve, push the idler in, track back on, 5 minutes of a job. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I mean when I say I try and help people out anywhere, anytime, if I can, and I've not got my daughter. I've just dropped my daughter off in Longridge. Very, very weird situation. It's just dropped my daughter off in Longridge. This job is literally 5 minutes away from my daughter's house, and Harry was 5 minutes away from my daughter's house, well, the opposite way. So basically we're 10 minutes from Harry's house to the job. So we'll be literally there in a few minutes. We are. James don't want to be on camera. But we get down here in Defender.
You can try it if you want.
Should we out crack? Huh?
If you can't get out, it's your problem.
Yeah, we'll get out of
You
there.
can't get up. It slides.
What does?
That Harris's machine there. We started tracking it up yesterday to unload, and it weren't getting up. It got to here.
Just looks, is it a bit wet underneath this lot?
Yeah. It's only had about a day's worth of drying out, so it's on the top.
So we got a little 3-ton cat. Yeah?
Yep.
Saturday night.
Rushing,
Yeah.
and popped a track.
Obviously I have no tools on me, that's why I've just gone and picked Harry up, yeah? This lad's only 15.
Yep.
But he knows the game.
Good lad.
He knows like it's like most 30-year-olds, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I thought I'll go and get a couple of spanners and let's see what you can do. What are you doing here?
Big lake, mate, big pond, just for domestic use. A little island at middle for ducks to get onto and away from foxes.
Quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah, just tucking it in to get it anchored in. Well, yeah, so wind can't get under it, and rushing to get it done for whoever that's coming in, and well, what's happened.
We'll soon get this back on. So how's we on, Harry? 19.
Socket.
Oh look. Yeah, up front there.
You need like 22.
Yeah, 22 or 24. So that's your grease valve there for the people that don't know. And that's your idler. We'll just release the grease, push the idler in, pop the track on by hand. Nice and easy. Should I say, Harry will. Go on, Harry, I'm not even going to tell you. Go on. So as you can see, he's pushing the idler in. Grease coming out. Yeah, pick yourself back up. Be careful. It's strong stuff, this.
Try and keep looking flat.
Don't want to put any holes in this black tarpaulin, whatever it is. We'll pull that back on by hand now, bud. Right, we just turn track this way. Sorry. Don't turn away. Hang on. Go this way, track, Harry. Oh, right. Yep. Tighten the grease valve up. Pump the idler back out. Job done. Right, back on. Probably 2 minutes. And let's have a bit of fun in Defender, eh? Let's get Defender down this big slope. This is pretty steep. Probably be hard for you to tell on camera. If we get stuck, don't we? So we've come down the hill. We'll get out of there, no problem. Hey, Harry, lad. Do you want to drive it out?
Yeah,
You drive it out. I'll film you driving out, lad. So James don't want to be on camera, so we'll keep him off camera. But I'll shake his hand anyway.
Thank you, Baz.
All right, pal.
20 minutes turned into...
Is that good service for you?
Brilliant. Absolutely. It was worth the money just to get you down here and meet you.
Let's see if he gets up. Give it some beans, Harry, lad. Go on, go on. No problem.
Even that couldn't get up.
Could it not?
No, it was just sliding back down. As soon as you lifted bucket up, it was sliding back down again in speed.
Them Defenders, I'm telling you now, there's something else. There's something else. People slate these Defenders, yeah? But put good tyres on them, I'm telling you now, brilliant. Brilliant. All right, pal, well, I'll get back to me Saturday night.
Thank you,
All
mate.
right, pal.
Appreciate you coming.
No worries. See you in a bit. Look at him there. Look at him at the top of that castle. King of the castle. Hey, lad. How long's that took us then? I'll get you home now, son. All right, cheers, bud. See you in a bit.
Thank you, mate.
Right, because you did all the work there, Harry, take that out of my back pocket.
Cheers.
Yeah? There's a few quid for you.
Thank you.
All right. So what did you have talking about machine before we're back?
Yeah, we've got a JCB 814 long reach and needs slewing doing on it.
Is it in yard now?
Yeah, it's just in yard, so you may as well have a look whilst you're here.
Come on then. Let's go and have a look at that.
It's just out the track.
What else to do, is there? Better go in pub, innit? So the old 814 slew ring.
Yeah.
What, you reckon full new ring?
Yeah, it probably will be.
There's a lot of excessive play in it.
Yeah, there's enough.
But if I hear up that,
Yeah.
never.
Yeah, crank straight away.
There's no way that's going to start.
100% it'll start.
Well then, I'll give another 10 if it does. How long's it been parked there? 3-4 months? I didn't know you did a bit of dredging either. You did a bit of dredging, you, man?
Yeah, do anything. Throw us out, we'll do it.
Throw it out, we'll do it. Harry's more into beer and work than beer and girls. That's the way to be, young lads these days. Not many are though. Wow. That just shows that you look after your tackle and service it, yeah? So this is just looking for a slew ring, yeah? Let's say you got players in it. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that, how much players in that bearing there. So, do you want me to find the bearing?
You can, yeah.
Yeah? Anyone got a bearing for an 814 JCB? Come at me. Because this is a nice little job to pull that off and put a new bearing in there. Sound that, bud? Look at him, the little fella. Can't wait till he leaves school, can you? Huh?
I need to get out of there.
Need to get out of there. Right, can I get back to me Saturday night now, Harry?
Yeah.
Yeah, sound. So the day has come for us to start the hangar door. Well, the first thing is we're going to take the old door down, the sliding door that goes into that little track. Take it down as neatly as we can with zero damage because the door has been sold. And then we're going to start with our big base plates, putting them in this corner at each side of the building. And from that base plate, it's going to be basically design and build as we go along. Like I said from the start, we're winging this. So we've got like 1100mm square base plate. Resin it down to the floor. Drill it, clean all the holes out, put some good resin in, some good anchors, M20s. And then we're going to fix a plate to the wall. So we're going to go up the wall with a plate, down welded to our plate. So then we've got hold of it. Then that's our base that we've got hold of, and we're also going to tie the box section in to this wall, as you'll see very shortly. Steel has just landed on time as scheduled. So for a door we're using a thicker box section on the outside, and then there were uprights running down the door, thinner box sections. We've got a 250 by 100 by 10 there at the bottom, that's 12 metres long. We'll cut that down, and we've got that 100 by 100 that will be welded to that box that we're going to hinge off with this hanger line. These are all 12 metres. And that's a post that's welded to a plate. 250 by 250 by 8. S355 structural grade steel. Then box sections are being welded within the door, and to make a little truss at the bottom of the door to stop it from sagging. There's various other box sections that we need to do the job. So I have a good plan in my head how I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to do some well, I've done some sketch drawings, but now I can finalise them. Now we start taking things down and then get the dimensions correct. Well, first job, get this door down and out of the way. That's the old door off nice and easy. No damage. We've hooked up to it with a strap and lowered it down out of the building. And pallets ready to go. Just taking the last bit of track down. Oh, beautiful day for it. So as you can see, them beams up there, they are 305/165s them, and they have got little stiffener plates running up where each one of them angle lines is, which are about to come off next. We don't need them on, as our box section is going to go up there slightly. Once it's sat on top of our post, which will be sat here, let's come out 110mm. So I'm not sure which side it is beam and block, but or both sides the hangar's built on. So underneath a lot of this floor is hollow. So how I was a bit worried about is putting posts in by cutting through one of the blocks for the beams that hold the blocks in anyway, especially. So that could cause problems with the foundations of the building. So I think we're getting hold of all that in that corner. Good solid post, tied into that block work. And tied into them beams at the top, which are all tied in with the trusses of the roof. You can see that timber truss up there. I'd say that's enough to secure that door back. There's a good anchor point at each side of the hangar. That was only my only concern. Knowing what is in that concrete and how strong that concrete is. But we put plenty of plates, plenty of holes in the plates, as you will see shortly. When we get them out of the box trailer, big wall, we'll just have to take a bit of this track up. The plate will be sat on that, which will raise it up a touch. I need it to all be nice and level. I mean, the plate doesn't need to be truly plumb, but the box section post running up obviously needs to be plumb. We'll probably have to do that all the way along actually. Cut that off and then fill that in with some grout or something. Because that track is basically like that, if you will. And get back down on itself. So it's either break all this concrete out and get that out, or just cut that corner off and fill it in. There's no point breaking that concrete out, we can just fill it in with some resin or something. I might as well show you the process as to how I do it. Basically, we drill the holes, get to a certain depth that we need to get to, minimum 170mm on a 20mm threaded bar, clean it out. Just get rid of all the dust with the hoover. This, to be honest, is probably one of the most important pieces of the job. Getting this down so it's anchored properly. Get all the holes drilled and then do all the resin at the same time. So them two holes we've had to drill through the rebar, and the drill bit managed it. Quite surprised at that. I thought I was going to have to get another different drill bit to do that. So that on that. This needs another box section on here now. Another 100mm box. So I'm just trying to suss out how we're going to get it in the top beam going across. So it'll be a case of tacking this box section on here. Obviously we can't get behind to weld it. So I'm going to tack it on and then I'm going to take this back down to weld behind that box. Because that box will be holding a ram bracket. So that needs to be solid. And then the 250/100 box that runs all the way down, I'll have a box section welded on the front of it. So that will give us our goalpost effect all around the outside. And as you can see, that top of that box section I've allowed 130mm. That allows me to put my hinge on top of the box section. And allows the door to open an extra little bit. It's going to be a bit fiddly getting it in. So both sides, once we get this box section up now, it'll be a case of tacking them up, taking them down, welding them up on the bench and then lifting them back up. I knew it'd be a little bit time consuming this, the way we're doing it, but that's just the way it is. It's better being time consuming and getting it right. Rushing it and getting something not quite right, it ain't going to happen. So Cal, I'd say we'll tack the box on, tack the other box to the box, and then take them back down. I think that's the answer, because there's no way we're just putting weld on one side of that box. You with me? Yeah. And then once we get into that position, it'll be a case of getting the 250 box, hold it up with the forklift, with the other forklift, and then put them box sections back underneath it. I think that's the only way. I can't see any other way of getting it in.
Be a struggle to get it in, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll show you. So it's a bit of a design and build job as we go along this. That's the top box that's going to go in and land on top of this and attach to them beams. What I'm just trying to work out now is, because I want the door to seal, obviously you've got to see what the door could catch as it opens on these stones. And I don't want to lose too much of a gap for the heli, because it was already quite tight, so we've got to keep it tight to the building for the rotors, the blades. So I'm trying to work out now the distance from here to the centre of the ram, because I'm going to use a 100B box section that will go to this angle iron. So I either put this angle iron that way around or that way around, but we need to keep it away. If you've got stuff like that, you see that will catch. So it's going to have to come out here like that. What we could do is put it that way around and then weld the flat bar there on the radius of that box, coming out a little bit, and that'll give us a seal. Could fasten a piece of rubber to that, a flat bar, if that rested against the box and the flat bar, that's the stop for the door. And then we could put a seal on that flat bar. Like I say, design and build as we go along. I've got a good idea in my head, but I have changed it up a bit because I was going to put an extra box section frame all the way around that. And I'm thinking, well, if I put an extra box section frame around it, we're going to shorten the distance of the door, which I don't really want to do. And looking at that big box section now on the floor, there is a slight curve in it. So we've made the curve go that way, if you will. So when it lands on our posts, it'll try and sag down a little bit in the middle. And it'll hopefully bring it level. And when it does come level, we'll weld it to that beam within the roof. These bolts have gone off now, nice. And what's that, Frank? These two we drilled through the rebar, so we've still got them two to do. All the others drilled through all right, Frank, on the side? Yeah, no problem. So there were only really two that hit rebar, or was there one over there?
There were a couple at rebar over there, but we started getting, I think rebar must have been a bit weaker, a bit thinner on that side.
Right. That's drill. It's just got a good drill bit.
Yeah.
It's drilled through the rebar nicely. I'd say that will be strong enough. We're also going to put a plate here bolted to the side of the building. So we've got a good hold of the floor. We're going to get weld plates on this going up here. We're going to tie into that wall all the way up. So we've got hold of the full corner of the building. You've got to think about, we're not just getting hold of the walls. Once we get hold of this beam up there, all the roof trusses are connected to this beam, so they're all connected as well, giving it more strength. Now that we've got that top box section in, sat on the post, we've took some dims. And they are as 10.820 right across the bottom, 10.825 across the top. It's actually measuring bang on square 11.365 both ways. And we've got 3.475 gap from top to bottom. That is the size of our frame. So now we need to knock off some measurements to allow the door to sit into that frame nice and bonny all the way around. So basically it's an angle iron frame. It's an angle iron frame that'll go all the way around that with box sections attached to the outside. Don't really need to run a box along the top, that's not taking much weight up there. All the weight will be on the bracket, the ram bracket. Excuse me. So now we're going to weld some plates. Can you see where these little plates are on the beams? We're going to weld a plate in the same position all the way along the front edge of that. So it measured 3.475 at each side, and it measured 3.473 in the centre. So this is why I've got the forklift under it now. I'm taking it 3mm up, so it'll measure 3.478 from the floor to the underside of that box section. Just so I can just allow a little bit of sag. Frank's just cutting the flat bars that we're going to weld from the box to the beam. Frank, don't forget to put them glasses on, son. So we're getting there. The box does need to be sat off the beam slightly. Can you see we've got a gap at the top there? So we'll need to continue that gap all the way down. Otherwise we'll just be able to weld straight to that beam. Bit of block work not allowing us to go, take it that way. So it's no biggie, just welding some flat bars to that. So far, so good. Well, that will allow us to build the door for now. Start to build the door. Just waiting on the hinges to come. I've ordered some hinges and some ram brackets. They should be here anytime. So starting to assemble the door inside the hangar, as we know there's some bad weather coming our way. So we've got 100x100x10 angle at the top. We've got 100x100 box sections at each side because that's what's going to take the load. And these ones in the centre are 100x100x3s. I'm going to put a 100x50 box all the way across the bottom, and then I'm going to make a truss on the bottom of that box section to give it some strength as the door opens. So it basically, so it won't sag in the middle. Starts to look quite big inside the hangar there. So what we'll do, we'll just get a forklift in afterwards once we've built the truss. A little pallet truck at that end, get it underneath when we want to bring it outwards. We could move it to one side, and there's a little machine there we could track in with rubber tracks if we wanted to. Get hold of the door at one side and the other side with the forklift. All the welding's nearly done now on the actual door frame. I do want to put some little gussets up there, back to that box section. The same at this side. That frame is all plumb. Welding done. We've resined these into the wall before we do any welding to them, because the welding will try and pull it this way. So we'll let that resin go off, tighten them up before we actually weld them little lugs to that box. We overlap that box section up there so it landed more onto the brickwork and the pad stone. And we've welded it on every joint to the beams. Brilliant little chop saw for cutting steel. Anyone interested in a chop saw? These little steel beasts, really good. But it's nice to have a nice flat work surface. And the main reason why we're building it on site is because it's too big to transport. And Howard and his lads are going to paint it themselves, so no need to send it to a paint shop anywhere. It will be painted on site. Oh, Frank might even paint it.
Oh, I don't like that.
We don't like painting, do we, Frank?
No, I don't mind actually. It's covering my welds up, I don't mind.
You don't mind painting your welds? So we've been running the generator out of the box trailer, I'd say for a good 8 hours. Let's see how much fuel it's used. But obviously this is temporary until we do the proper fix within the van. Oh, we've only used 1 bar. 1 bar of fuel. Oh. Big wall. That's going to be a proper setup. Well, it is quite a good job for us, this. Get left alone and crack on with it and come up with your own design and just make it work, basically. Just make it work. So if we look at something, oh, that's not quite right, then we'll address it at that time. It's all about design and build. This is where experience comes into you people. These boys, as good as they are, they won't be able to do this. So if there's other fabricators out there like me with a bit of OCD, see these, the seams? I want them all facing the same way. You see, everyone is facing the same way. So when that door goes against the building, timber's going to go on them and you'll not see the seams. That's just a little bit of OCD for a fabricator for you. So we're just going to cut the bottom box section before we start tacking up, and then we'll get it all square. So it's slowly coming together now. Just lifted it up onto some trestles, keep it off the deck. Make sure it's all nice and square, corner to corner, it's within 3mm. There will be an angle line going on here, out like that. So that seals around the door frame that we've built. That will need notching out there. And it will be hinged, obviously, from this top side of this angle. More box sections to run. 1, 2, 3. And like I said earlier, the truss will go on the bottom at the end there. But now we've got it off the deck, it's a lot easier to work on. Been a lot of figuring out in bits of sketches. Just making sure everything's square. We've already worked the ram positions out. I did that with my pal Lee Reynolds. So we know the stroke of the ram, we know the length of the rod, and we know what position to put the ram brackets in on the frame. So there will be like a little ram bracket on here and one on the main box section here. Big bracket, and the ram will sit here, as you will see. Solid. So I'm just going to nip back to the workshop now, and we're going to cut some plates. Go up the wall here and anchor into that side of the building at both sides. We'll go and cut that and get back. So the boys have just cut the plates and gone back up to Howard's, and I've just come up to M&M Acquisitions at Preston to look at a cast borer 5-axle. I have a customer that's wanting to extend the neck by an extra 8 foot. So stretch the trailer out and basically weld an extra 8 foot in. So it's 8 foot longer, the trailer. And obviously there's certain rules to stick to, but when you're in recovery, you can extend a trailer to stay an extra 8 foot, as it only does recovery movements. So I'm just looking at what it's entailed to do the job, basically how long it'll take to do it and what materials I need. That's how much we're putting in from the start of the tape to there. And it'll be welded from that point there. So all it'll be really is C-sections folded. You can see that C-section there, and there'll be C-sections bent to a certain angle running down the 8 foot. We'll put a few more lashing points in it. So basically we just want to weigh up the job because the customer is way down south, and M&M is only 5 minutes from our yard, and they have plenty of trailers. Anyone looking for a cast borer, M&M Acquisitions are your men. Anyone looking for a truck, these are your men. You want to see the range of trucks they've got in their yard here, absolutely immense. Yeah, not a bad little job. The only thing I'm worried about is the actual length of the trailer that it is now fitting in our yard. Because we'll pull it out 8 foot, and then we're going to have to weld the section in, timber it up. It might just be too big to fit in our yard. I'll have a measure up and then measure our yard, and then get the customer a price and if we get the job, get the trailer up to us, get it booked in, get a slot booked in. Probably about a week's work there to do that. One man. Don't know. Weigh it up now anyway, and get back up to Howard's and start making the truss at the bottom of the door. So that's the plates we've just cut on the plasma, welded to the bottom plate and buttoned back to the building. Using resin anchors again, 5 M12s there. We've got all them M12s running up the post. All this side is fully welded. There is a gusset plate on the top of that post. You can see it in that corner there. Connecting the post to the top beam. And Cal's just going to do the same at this side. Let the resin go off before you do any welding, as the welding will try and pull the plate away from the wall, and it will try and pull them little plates away from the wall there. So let the resin go off before we do any welding. So all that resin has gone off now, so Cal can weld them up. Me and Frank can start putting these cross box sections in. As they're all cut. Whilst I went to a few meetings, the boys have got all these cut. So we'll use this box to clamp our boxes to, and also use it as a straight edge running down the door. And then the door has got a slight bow in it. If you look at it, you see how it's got a slight bow in it there. Exaggerated with my hand. So I brought another box section in, the plate there, and clamped it to help pull that back a little bit. But I want it bored that way rather than the opposite way. So basically we can let it sag in the middle when we button it up on the top hinge. So now we'll get all these tacked in. Got a little time lapse out. Look at him, he's always smiling, he's our Frank, isn't he?
Ready to go.
He's always smiling. That's what you need. You need that attitude around you. Brings good energy. You don't want negative energy around you. Frank always brings good energy, don't you, Frank?
Try my best.
Try your best. Yeah. Let's crack on. So now that we've got all the 100B50s in, we're going to make a truss on the front here now. We'll start from the centre of a box section in the centre, and then we'll drop down each way, then up, down, up, down, up, down. And we're going to go at 800mm centres with the box section. Just a bit of a sketch. That idea, that's how we do drawings when we're on site thinking on the job. But so I'm going to go 800 centres with a straight though, and then up down like that. I think what I'll do, I'll put a slight bow in it. I'll put a slight bow in the door the opposite way to where it's hanging. So then when it does hang on the rams, it's going to want to sag down in the middle, isn't it? Well, if we bend it the other way, hey, listen, now, if we bend it the other way, yeah, when it goes up, and you do get a little bit of sag, it should go straight, it should sag straight. So it's a little bit of guesswork on how much we put into that sag. I'd say, I don't know, 10mm or something. 10mm up in centre. So basically want to jack that up 10mm in middle, so it's bending that way. Yeah. So when the door opens, if it's going to want to sag anyway, it's going to want to sag that way, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You on board?
Yeah, learning.
Yeah. Winging it, aren't we? Huh? Proper winging it. But I mean, I don't think we could have got all the building any more than what we've done. You know, without putting the posts in the ground. They're all gunned up now, them tightened up, aren't they? Yeah. And bolts. Look at it, locked in up there. I'm confident that this is strong enough to hold that door once it opens up. There's no other stronger way than doing it than putting posting ground, is there? So we'll cut a little truss up now out of some 50x50x3. And we've got one long length of it there to sit on the top of them. And this is 5mm thick. Carl, why have you no number plate on your van?
Because the sticky tapes fell off. And I refuse to drill holes in it as it looks now.
Yeah, I agree. We use double-sided sticky tape on our number plates rather than drilling holes. So you better get that sorted now. Find some sticky tape somewhere. Yeah. Don't like drilling holes in number plates. Oh, now then these are belting. If you've never used one before, brilliant. Milwaukee spirit level. I'm just charging my little headlight up. Good to go on your helmets when you're working in the dark. I used to use that on the railways when I work on a railway at night. Belting. Design and build. Just so you know what I'm talking about, we are going to lift that up now 20mm higher than them trestles, and then we could move these trestles to the corners. Them trestles are 900mm. Whenever I make anything for in the workshop, it's always 900mm high, so all the benches are 900mm high and all my trestles are 900mm high. So if you're ever building anything within the workshop, you can always use a bench as a trestle. So that is the centre box section there. Lift it up, Carl. Steady. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Down. That's it. Right, you can see that bow in it now. Just not so sure if that's too much or not.
How much for a 10 mil?
20.
20.
On 20 mm centre. You've got 11.5 metre span on a sag on each side. So, guesswork. I reckon we'll go for it at that.
Right.
Yeah, it won't matter anyway. If it doors bowing that way, better bowing that way than the other way, innit?
Yeah, you get your nice seals that way, right?
Yeah, once we've got it all tacked on, we'll take this box section away, and then it'll be just a case of welding it all up. Might just put something across it, Carl, put a cross in it when we're welding it just to stiffen it. But it's perfectly square now. We don't want to start putting heat into it and pull it out square. Yeah, we'll just keep checking it with tape. Starts pulling. Start putting heat into different areas if it starts pulling. We're getting there steady. So I'll start from the centre, out each way, starting like that. Basically, if you're building a gate post, if you're a fabricator, you'll know what I'm talking about. So the middle doesn't want to come down, does it? Where if that was the other way, that was going that way in the centre, it'd want to go a little bit in the middle. So I've got it up 20 mil there, and it is bored over. I'm just hoping that I'm allowed enough. But I don't want to move anything really till it's welded. So we'll cut this corner off, square, and just take that down to that corner there. And same at the opposite side. And then we'll zap it with weld, spreading the heat, not starting two guns in one spot, start at separate sides and keep moving around with the heat. So I'm very pleased so far how that's gone together. It won't be long until we're hanging it. I'll let the boys weld it up. And we'll put a time lapse on for that as well. So I've just got back to the workshop and the boys are loading the second load for the Cotswold, the DTM. We've been caught out in the rain today, doing a bit of painting. It's always a pain. But wait on that though. All that weight. Can you hear me there, Joe?
Nearly there, man.
Yeah?
Big job breaking out.
Big job breaking out.
Man, too big of a job.
You're in charge.
I know.
Where's all boys?
They're all on site, aren't they?
They're all down at Cotswolds.
Yeah, waiting for this job here.
Waiting for Callum there, look. We've caught out in rain. Right. I'll come back to do something anyway. Oh, there's our tub. There's our tub. Right, so the director's just turned up. We've hit bingo again, as he likes to call it. That means we've come to the end of the chapter. Now look who's turned up. The main
Come to
man
see my pal
himself.
WELDERFABBER.
Cheers, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.